Cleopatra's name is forever etched in the annals of history, not just as the last pharaoh of Egypt, but as a woman whose love affairs turned the tides of empires and sparked passions that have transcended time. But beneath the seduction, the jewels, and the allure, lay a woman who used every tool at her disposal, including her relationships, to secure her throne, her kingdom, and her legacy. Welcome to Moongees, where we explore the world's most intriguing mysteries and historical enigmas. It all began in 48 BCE, when Cleopatra was a young queen struggling to keep control of Egypt. She faced challenges not just from rivals within her own court, but from her younger brother Ptolemy XIII, with whom she co-ruled. The political landscape in Egypt was tense, and Cleopatra was at a crossroads. She needed help, and she needed it from someone who had the power to tip the scales in her favor. Enter Julius Caesar, one of the most powerful men in Rome. He had arrived in Egypt not as a lover, but as a military commander, searching for a way to maintain Rome's dominance over the region. But Cleopatra saw an opportunity. With cunning, charm, and audacity, she had herself smuggled into Caesar's presence, wrapped up in a carpet, the story goes. She emerged from that carpet like a vision of destiny, captivating the Roman general with her beauty, her intellect, and, perhaps most importantly, her ambition. Their relationship was an undeniable force, a blend of politics and passion. Cleopatra, with all her wit and charm, seduced Caesar. She was not just a queen, she was a woman who knew how to use her appeal to her advantage. Caesar, ever the strategist, was drawn not just to her beauty, but to her intelligence and determination. She became his lover, and they formed an unbreakable bond, politically and personally. And from this bond, a child was born, Caesar Ion, a symbol of Cleopatra's triumph in securing her place in history. But as quickly as Caesar's love for Cleopatra began, it ended. In 44 BCE, Julius Caesar was assassinated, and Cleopatra was left in a world of chaos. But she would not be defeated. She needed another ally, another powerful figure who could help her hold onto Egypt, and the one man who could fulfill that need was none other than Mark Antony. If you've learned something new today, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more intriguing content. Mark Antony, a loyal follower of Julius Caesar, was now one of the leading men of Rome. His rise to power, however, was fraught with competition, and his struggle to establish his dominance was taking its toll. In 41 BCE, Cleopatra sailed to Tarsus to meet him. What followed next is a tale that could rival any romance in the history books. Cleopatra arrived in Tarsus like a goddess, draped in gold, her barge gliding across the river in grand fashion. Her appearance was as theatrical as it was calculated, a display of power and wealth that would captivate anyone, especially a man like Mark Antony. He was intrigued, drawn to her confidence, her beauty, and her undeniable charm. But Cleopatra wasn't just a beautiful woman. She was a master manipulator, a political mastermind who knew how to use her allure to get what she wanted. The two began an affair that would shake the very foundation of the Roman Empire. Cleopatra, ever the strategist, used her relationship with Antony to secure Egypt's future. In return, Antony, who had been losing political ground in Rome, gained not only Cleopatra's support but also her wealth and military resources. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with, he, the fierce Roman general, she, the brilliant Egyptian queen. Their affair, however, was much more than just love. It was a power play on a global scale. The bond between Cleopatra and Antony was both a personal and political alliance, and it produced 3 children, twins named Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selene, and a younger son, Ptolemy Philadelphus. The children were not just heirs to Cleopatra's throne, they were symbols of her conquest over Antony's heart and mind. But what began as a passionate love affair soon became a political nightmare. The people of Rome, and especially Octavian, who would later become Augustus, saw Cleopatra as a threat, a foreign queen who was manipulating one of Rome's most powerful generals. The affair was used against Antony, and by extension, against Cleopatra. Rome's elite painted her as a seductress, a woman who had bewitched Antony, turning him into her puppet. As Antony's relationship with Cleopatra deepened, his ties to Rome began to weaken. His rivalry with Octavian escalated, leading to a war that would ultimately decide the fate of the Roman Empire. In 31 BCE, the Battle of Actium became the final chapter in the tale of Antony and Cleopatra. Their forces were defeated, and with that, the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty was sealed. But Cleopatra was not one to go down without a fight. As the defeat loomed, she and Antony chose to take their own lives rather than be captured. Their deaths marked the end of an era. Cleopatra, the queen who had once ruled Egypt with all the seduction and power at her disposal, was gone, and with her, the independence of Egypt was lost to Rome. But even in death, Cleopatra's legacy lives on. Her love affairs with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, though marked by betrayal, politics, and tragedy, have been immortalized in history. She used her beauty, her intellect, and her political acumen to shape the fate of empires. Cleopatra was more than just a woman in love. She was a ruler who knew the power of her own seduction and used it to bend the course of history in her favor. And as long as her story is told, her legacy will live on, a testament to the power of passion, intellect, and ambition combined. If you found this video enlightening, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights and mysteries. For additional content and updates, visit our website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.